Welcome back to another reaction for that time I got reincarnated as a slime, season 4, episode 7.
あたいのスキル狙うものなら楽勝
Will it be easy?
ワープショット
I was wondering why are they showing this out of her viewpoint, because it's anime stuff, you know, she had to say her ability name and stuff. However, the big part is probably to show how fast Sohei was able to pinpoint her connection or position and to go to her. So he seemingly was already prepared.
バカな、なぜエルリック王子の気配が消えないんだ。もう一発。いや、ダメだ。あの悪魔野郎の主を甘く見てたってわけかい。
そうだな。貴様はリムル様を舐めている。間抜けめ、暗殺に失敗しておきながらその場にとどまるとはな。
何者だい。
そうリムル様の忠実なる隠密だ。
I mean, he's right. He's doing a lot of spy work. But he also is like, an assassin, right?
やはり、あの魔王が。
貴様には知っていることをすべて吐いてもらう。抵抗したいなら好きにしろ。
なら、遠慮なく好きにさせてもらうよ。
Okay, so we see a little bit fight. Again, I feel like this is... Again, we have some anime stuff, which is fine. Her saying the name and stuff. But the big part, I feel like that this is good at showcasing is how fast that reaction was. Rimuru just disarmed the bullet, or sucked the bullet off, whatever you want to call it. And so it was already pinpointing her connection and going to her spot. She is cooked. I mean, she can't really win. I just hope that Zoe is going to take her prisoner to get the information, right? Instead of straight up killing her.
なら、遠慮なく好きにさせてもらうよ。思った通りだ。上位魔人であるこいつに単純な物理攻撃は通用しない。
You can't even put a dent in him with your gun? Where is the gun even coming from? I wonder. Okay, she has the ability to teleport her bullet, which is an interesting idea. But it seemingly can't penetrate the Magian, so it probably can't affect Rimuru, not Valdora, none of the Demon Lords. It's mostly useful against normal humans. Where's the gun coming from? Why is there no, like, magic gun? Is this the gun she got from the other world? Because I'm assuming she's maybe also reincarnated? Would make the most sense, right?
でもね、これ以上失態を重ねるわけにはいかないんでね。さすがだね。ナイフにまとわせた魔力に気づいたか。自分にダメージを与えるものを瞬時に見極め回避行動を取る。
I'm also assuming he's still a clone. It's not even the original.
こいつ無駄を嫌うタイプだね。こういう手合いは。
How does... Oh.
なかなか勘がいい。
Maybe it is the original.
あんたもなかなかのもんさ。
無駄なことを。
かかった。
I feel like she teleported the bullet inside his arm. right?
色男がざまあないね。一発だけ魔力弾を混ぜておいたのさ。自分に自信があるやつほどこういう単純な策が効果的なんだ。
What a big red flag, right? She's saying this, but it's clearly herself who is falling for simple
だ
tactics.
よ。
そうか。弾丸にも魔力を込めることができるのだな。
へえ、弾丸を知ってるのかい。そいつは値の魔力を固めて作った弾丸さ。あんたみたいに通常弾が通用しない相手にもよーく効くだろう。
なるほど。
Mm.
その話、あとはリムル様の前で聞かせてもらおうか。リムル様はお優しいからな。素直にしていれば殺されずに済むぞ。
負け惜しみかい？だが悪いね。
What the fuck are you talking about? Every second you spend here fighting him is a second longer that you are in the vicinity of like a demon lord. 3 other people who are here on his behalf. Already extending this fight is stupid on your part.
顔を見られたからにはあんたを始末するほかないんだよ。これでしまいだ。
Oh no, so is he definitely original.
強敵とはいえ、奥の手を全部見せることになるとはね。
Not like he can clone himself or Naruto like.
そうか。ならば素直に敗北を認めて俺に捕獲されるがいい。
バカな。たった今死んだはずじゃ。
あの程度で死ぬものか。手の内を探るためにわざと食らったまでのこと。
I mean, you didn't, you cloned it, but the only thing that is really convincing is that it is also bleeding. Now, I wonder if he's doing that with his clone magic? He makes it seem like he's bleeding, or do they have like a body that can be injured?
はったりを言うんじゃないよ。
It's also not the original.
2人いや4人。
If I had to guess, the original is probably still next to Rimuru, right?
嘘だろ。すべてが実体。
簡単な話だ。俺には分身体というスキルがある。本体に劣るとはいえ、俺の分身体を倒せたことは誇っていいぞ。さて、これ以上リムル様を待たせたくはない。始めようか。
クソ誰が。
いやー、それにしても長い会議だったな。
まあいろいろありましたからね。
本当にな。キャバンってやつの策はお粗末なものだったが、俺に対する明確な敵意があった。エルリック王子の暗殺未遂。あくまで奴らは捨て駒で、本当の目的は王子暗殺の罪を俺にかぶせ、テンペストを西側諸国から排除することだったんだろう。
I feel like that plan is still pretty stupid, right? If he was in a somewhat precarious situation, okay, I can see framing him for the assassination of the prince. But he was clearly, or he clearly had the upper hand, so there was no reason. So it's a whole thing of you need to essentially prove that Rimuru is the one killing him. I mean, sure, they could try, but it would be on very shaky grounds. Not really a well thought out plan.
いろいろあったけど、日向やシュナが先に切れてくれて助かったよ。国の代表である俺が相手をするのはさすがにだしね。
私は別に切れてないわよ。少し礼儀を正してあ
Yeah, you were very calm and
げ
collected.
ただけだもの。
私もですよ。
Shut up. You used disintegration. You were like, oh, I shouldn't use this spell I am not familiar with. Well, you can use disintegration. I'm pretty sure you could have just killed him. But you used it incomplete, so you just destroyed his clothes. Which means that your mastery over that spell is too good. I would have liked Zoe to just also be here. So the original is here as well. While the body, double, whatever, is running around doing stuff, right?
リムル様、無礼者を少ししつけて差し上げただけです。ふーん。それにしてもよく耐えたな、ベニマル。正直一番心配してたんだけど。
ああ、はや。実は怒りで頭が真っ白になっていたんですが、シュナが先に動いてくれたおかげで、なんとか正気に戻りました。もうす。
Yeah, I mean, you would have just defeated the guy, right? You wouldn't have destroyed the whole country.
少し遅ければ、あの部屋の人間をすべて燃やし尽くすところでしたね。
What a joke.
冗談ですって。
嘘つけ、今のはマジトーンだったぞ。たく、危なかった。人類の敵ルートに片足突っ込んでいたとは。この先、議員の人選は慎重に考えねばなるまい。
Yeah, don't put Diablo in charge, please. I know Diablo, he is pretty suave. He seems like someone who is good at negotiating and stuff. But I feel like he's just going to take over everything.
戻ったか。
は。
なるほど、そういうことだったか。犯人確保ご苦労様。さすがだね、ソエは。
恐れ入ります。
I still would have preferred him to just be here. And he only sends the other bodies out. To even showcase that he doesn't even need to be there.
とはいえ、分身体を3体も消されました。俺もまだまだです。
結局。
I feel like that is only true because you didn't set out to kill her, but to capture her. And that always is a lot more difficult, right?
相手は名乗りに応じなかったのか。
はい。正体は不明ですが、リムル様のことを悪魔野郎な主と呼んでいましたので、おそらくはディアブロと面識が。
そんな報告受けてないけど、あいつ。
Yeah, he is Diablo. You're right.
のことだからな。相手に一方的に恐怖を植え付けたくせに、さじすぎて忘れていました。とかありそうなんだよな。
それと犯人の武器ですが。
あれはおそらく向こうの世界にあった武器だと思う。
解。狙撃者本人が魔力にて生成したのだと推測します。リアリティウェポンに近い権能でしょう。
となると、彼女は異世界人で自身の記憶を具現化した可能性が高い。
そう。思った以上に厄介なスキルを隠し持っていたのね。
So not only did she had the ability to make magic bullets, she was able to use a warp ability to transfer the bullet close to the target. She also produced the weapon through magic. For a moment I was like, okay, why not make a sniper? But then it's like, you don't need a sniper if you can. A handgun is a lot more portable, easier to handle, has a lot more bullets, better in melee as well. Okay. And the warp shot is doing the job of a sniper. Okay. Now I assume we took her hostage or prisoner, right? And we didn't get rid of her. Because I feel like there's a lot of information she could still give us, and maybe Rimuru has an ability that is going to make it so we can maybe get more information out of her. I don't remember if we had something like that.
ひなた？
どうせわかることだから言っておくわ。思念伝達で見せてもらった暗殺者の女はルーク・ジーニアスの三部線、荒海のグレンダ。私の部下だった女よ。ん？久しぶりね、グレンダ。
Why would you go against her? I guess she didn't know that Hinata was like friends with Rimuru. Is she mind controlled?
お元気そうで何よりだわ。どうやらあたいもここまでのようだね。殺しなよ。捕まったスパイの末路なんて。
黙れ。貴様はただ質問にだけ答えればいい。
心はへし折り済みらしい。
私から先にいいかしら。
おう。
おかしいと思っていたのよ。評議会の動きはたまに西方正教会の動向を見据えているかのような時があったもの。身近なところにスパイがいるとは思っていたけれど、あなた最初から私たちを裏切っていたわよね。ノーコメント。裏で評議会を操り、あなたにエルリック王子暗殺を命じた者、その正体は誰？ノーコメント。雇い主を白状するというなら罪一等を減じてもいいわよ。だからノーコメントだって言ってるだろう。さあ、じゃあ最後に一つ。あなたはルミナス様を信じていたのかしら。神なんざいないさね。そんなものを信じるくらいなら金を稼ぐ。
We still need information, right? Also, I wouldn't want to just kill someone, especially someone who is more or less a prisoner. You know, Geneva Convention and stuff. Also, why are you so upset about this? I do not remember. I mean, we know who Lady Luminous is. It's the Demon Lord. Hinata knows as well, right? And she still believes in her? Why do I feel like she's going to be a vampire at some point? The Luminous was a vampire, right? So it would make sense that Hinata, because she believes in Luminous, and Luminous also likes Hinata, that maybe at some point he's going to turn her into a vampire, if that is even possible.
やりすぎだ、ひなた。これは尋問だぞ。殺す気かよ。
そんなつもりはなかったわよ。
Yeah. It was not her intention, just because she used a sword and probably would have decapitated her. It's not her intention to kill her. I guess?
嘘つけ！思いっきり殺意がこもってたぞ！
大丈夫ですよ、リムル様。もしこの者が死んでしまっても情報源が失われることはありません。
Right, she can just revive her.
え？
私が蘇生魔法を試みますので。
This would be so terrifying. Because you are in a room, you are like a spy, you are like, hey, kill me, I'm not going to tell you anything. And they are like, don't worry, if you die, we can just resurrect you. It's like, don't, please?
そうよ。私も
Right, because Luminous and Holy Magic which seems to not really rely on God, but a superior being you believe in, and that has the skill to give its subordinates holy magic.
ダイレクションを扱えるから問題はなかったのに。
いや、そういう問題じゃ。ともかくひなたはちょっと黙って見ててくれ。以降尋問は俺がする。
At least Diablo is not here.
さて、改めましてグレンダさん、俺が魔王リムルだ。
どうも。
尋問を
She said Domo, not charmed. I guess that is their way to say, for showcase she says hello, but I don't know why.
始める前に一つ。君みたいなプロに素直に情報を漏らせと言っても無駄だろう。だから俺の話を聞いてるだけでいい。せいぜいポーカーフェイスを崩さないことだ。
ふん、言われるまでもないってもんさ。
というわけでラファエル先生、出番です。
両個体名グレンダへの尋問を開始します。
I don't like this. Raphael. I know Raphael is very helpful. However, Raphael seems to be a little bit too free. And we are giving it more and more control. It feels a little bit like an AI, right? Where we are, if we don't use it carefully, it can just control everything. I mean, we had the point where Raphael was able to take over Rimuru and control him. So maybe we don't do that too often? Because I feel like at some point Raphael is going to be against us.
では始めようか。ユニークスキルは魂に根付く場合が多く、君もまたその例に漏れず強固な力で魂と癒着しているようだ。
へえ、初耳だね。で、それが
昼間の評議会では魂が欲望に染まった議員たちが大勢いた。それは他者のユニークスキルによって植え付けられたものだろう。
人間なんて誰でも欲深いものだろ。
確かにな。でも彼らの欲望は同じ波長を示していた。誰かの術の影響下にあったと俺は考えている。そしてグレンダ、君もまたその影響下にある。
なんだって。
ただし君の場合、自身のユニークスキルで魂が保護されている。
Similar to Yuki, huh? So your own unique skill can counteract greed, and it seems like every other wordler has like a unique skill. I don't really remember. Does Hinata have one? Does Yuki have one? I don't even know. Pretty sure.
そのおかげで完全には染まりきっていないみたいだな。ラファエル先生、俺も初耳なんですけど。
続けます。
はい。実は開国祭の時にも欲望に染まったやつが入り込んでいた。大勢の対象に影響を及ぼす場合、術者が近くにいる可能性が高い。つまり君の雇い主は開国祭に来ていた。俺の解析鑑定は優れていてね。スキルの有無を見分けるだけじゃなく、スキルを隠蔽しようとするその気配まで感じ取ることができるんだ。そいつはよほど俺にスキルを知られたくなかったんだろうな。だから配下に命じてその気配をたどらせたんだよ。マリア・ベルロッツォ。この名前に聞き覚えは？
さあね。ロッツォ。そう、ロッツォ一族が関わっているのね。西側諸国をまとめ上げた元勇者であり、七葉の長グランベル・ロッツォを祖に持つ一族。グランベルは死んだけど、その意志は引き継がれていたのね。
マリ
Grenville Rozzo, the former hero who united the Western nation ahead of the 7 Days Clergy. Grenville died. What? What do you mean he died? Either the news is wrong, he's still alive, or the hero we see is someone else. It's not really the hero. Unless they are talking about someone else.
死んだけど、その意志は引き継がれていたのね。
マリアベルが君の雇い主だな。失敗したわ。失敗したのよ。
ギャバンは災難だったな。あれだけ君に尽くしたというのに。
でもそのおかげで魔法審問官を引きずり出せたんだ。それだけでも上出来なんじゃない？
そうね。おじいさまが気にかけていたから支配したギャバンを通じて探ってみたけれど、魔王に対抗するにはまるでダメ。話にならないの。それより魔王リムルよ。暗殺の罪を着せてテンペストを西側諸国から排除するどころか、評議会での価値を確かなものにしてしまった。甘かったわ。甘く見ていたの。
Classic.
ヨハン、今後あなたには魔王の内情を探ってもらうつもりよ。
私が魔王？
わからない。どうしてあなたとギャバンを対立させたのか。あなたへの魔王の信用を高めるためだったのよ。
It's one of those big plays you can do. She's more or less hedging her bets. She's betting on red and on black. Now, it makes sense. Is it going to work? Probably not. It also explains why he's not necessarily under her control. It does not feel like he is brainwashed by greed. Maybe that is because she wants him to be clean, so there's less connection between him and her, and Rimuru is not going to uncover that. If he can uncover the connection.
やはり魔王リムルと手を組むのが最善ではないのか。魔王は人類との共存を望んでいるのだろう。わざわざテンペストを敵に回さずとも。
あなたは大きな勘違いをしているわ。私が魔王の排除をおじいさまに進言した理由、それを理解しているの？
それは魔王が新たな経済圏を創出させることで我らを脅かすからだろう。
そう。でもそれは表向きの理由なの。本当はね、魔王に対して打つ手が何もなくなるからなのよ。
どういう意味だね。
魔王は恐るべき戦力を有しているの。そばにはあの暴風竜もいるのよ。
Yes.
そんな武力を背景に魔王が交渉を仕掛けてきたらどうなるかしら。
Maybe don't antagonize him. I feel like you did rightfully showcase he has Valdora on his side. So I feel like even if you take all the human kingdoms together and you decided to wage war against Rimuru, I feel like Valdora could single-handedly kill you.
しかし魔王は評議会のルールに従うと。
今は従っているに過ぎないのよ。テンペストの価値を周知させた後ならば西側諸国の方が従わざるを得なくなる。そうして魔王の支配は平和的に完了する。お笑いよ。
You have forgotten to say where it is a negative? Because the only thing you said was like, hey, At some point, he doesn't have to adhere to the rules. It doesn't mean that he isn't, but he may not need to, because Tempest is going to have so much value, become so strong. He may not need to listen to the rules anymore, and he would then peacefully be in control of this alliance or this whole congregation or whatever you want to call it. But at no point did you say why that is negative. Why is you controlling everything better than him controlling everything? Or why is him controlling everything bad, but someone in the Western nation controlling everything is good, right?
笑いなの。こんな当たり前の事実から目を背けて魔王と人類が平等だと思っているなんて。話し合いなんて綺麗事を言ってみてもそれは魔王の寛容の上にしか成り立たないの。
So your assumption is just, hey, if he gets stronger, he could just kill every human. Why? We still don't have the negative part. It's just like, yeah, he could turn against us. There's no reason for him to do that. And I also have no reason to put forward for him to do that. But he could potentially turn against humans, even though it would negate everything he worked for. Because if the humans are gone, Tempest is not in a good position anymore. All the commerce is going to dry up because it's mostly between the monsters and humans, or humans are a big amount of the economic growth of Tempest. So there's not really a reason for him to kill humans. He may take over everything, okay. Still doesn't tell us why it's bad.
人の寿命は短いの。ここで魔王の野望を阻止しなければロッツォ一族の悲願は断たれたも同然だわ。魔王と手を組むとか利用するとか初めから成立するはずがないのよ。
ふざけんなよ。クルじゃあたいが全部ゲロっちまったみたいじゃないか。
いい君ね、グレンダ。裏切り者の末路にふさわしいじゃない。
畜生、このままじゃ殺されちまう。
What are you? You are imprisoned by a lot of people. One of them already wanted to kill you. And now the worst part you could imagine is getting killed? Is this like a, hey, they can kill my soul type of deal, or?
そのマリアベルってのはそんなにヤバいやつなのか？
そういう問題じゃないさね。あたいたちのような異世界からの召喚者は逆らえないよう呪言で縛られている。裏切ったと判断された瞬間。
So I'm assuming, if I remember correctly, wasn't this also what happened to Shizuku? Not Shizuku. Was it Shizuku? In the first season, I believe, or second, I don't know, we got like information about people being summoned, and whoever summons the people also puts them under some kind of curse, so they cannot really go against them and have to listen to what they say. Wasn't that one big part? So this would mean that she is actively summoning people from the other world. Otherwise, she makes it sound like every other worldler, Rimuru would be included, is under the control of greed, which I don't believe that is the case. So I'm assuming she is, with her wide range of connections, summoning other Wordler and putting them under her control.
魂を砕かれちまうのさ。
Okay.
ということは、あなたは自分の意志でルミナス様を裏切ったのではなく、逆らえなかっただけだとでも。
それに関しちゃ複雑さ。神の慈悲にすがりたい思いもあった。けど、結局呪言からは逃れられないからね。
So we Beelzebub or Beelzebub and just remove the curse, right? Right?
都合よく
I mean, we could probably eat her, do some war action, and as long as she is inside his belly, she is not going to die. Similar to Vedora, kindly, maybe?
神様が助けてくれるなんてやっぱり思えなかったよ。
確かに神の慈悲ではどうにもならないわね。魂が砕かれた人間はリザレクションでもどうにもならないもの。
ラファエル先生、解決できる？
りょう、問題ありません。解除しますか？
さて、もう用事は済んだから好きに生きたらいい。
ああ、最後の慈悲かい？
いや。
Sure, you can solve her problem. Don't let her go back. Don't let her go free. Be like, okay, to atone for what you did, you have to work under Hinata. Example. So Hinata can keep watch.
違うよ。たった今、君を縛る呪言は解除した。
は？
だから、君はもう自由だってこと。
相変わらず何でもありなのね。
あ、言うまでもないけど、俺たちに敵対するようなら容赦しないから。
いや、そうじゃなくて。
まあ、今回は目をつぶってあげるわ。
そうじゃなくて。
ん？
今、呪言を解除したって。それは本当かい？
すっきりしただろ？
ずうずうしいことは重々承知している。だけど頼みがあるんだ。どうかあたいを雇っちゃくれませんか？汚れ仕事でも何でもする。信じちゃもらえないかもしれないけど忠誠を誓うから。だからお願いだよ、魔王様。
さすがに元スパイ。
I also don't know for what. Oh, why do you want to work for me? What is the reason? What are we doing? I would have assumed that she would try to go back and assassinate Maribel. Other than that, I could imagine her being like, I want to work under you, I do whatever you want, but I want you to free all the other ones that are under the curse.
もちろん、あたいの知る限りの情報は全て話す。あんたたちが死んだと思ってるグランベルだけど、あの人は生きている。
え？
グランベルが？
七曜の日曜誌グランはグランベル様のスピリチュアルボディの
Whoa. Grand, the Sunday priest of the 7 days clergy, is just a vessel hosting Granville's
グランベル
spiritual
様のス
body.
ピリチュアルボディのただの憑依先だったのさ。マリアベルの上にいるのはグランベル様だ。それにあたいにはマリアベルの考えはわからないけど、あんたらの脅威になりうる最も強力な手駒ならわかる。自由組合グランドマスターの勇気神楽坂。あいつはマリアベルに完全に支配されている。
Questionable. Very questionable. I don't believe he's under her control. No one believes Yuki's under her control. No one. So I would be surprised if that would be the case. Not because he's all powerful or whatever, because I don't believe the guy that is very careful, very strategic would be put in a position where he would be taken control of fully. I assume he's again doing something similar to our Demon Lord Milim, who he's just playing the role, or he's just getting taken over to a certain extent, and he's just using her whole march to try and get rid of Rimuru, because if he gets rid of Rimuru, he can follow his own goal. Because Rimuru is a bigger problem for him than Mariabel, right? So I don't believe he is under any control. But okay, we saw Zoe more or less taking her over, or taking her prisoner. She now wants to work with us. I mean, fair enough. I wouldn't necessarily say no to someone willing to work for us. I don't know if we can do something similar to the curse as well. To just so we can keep an eye out on her. I would have assumed she would go out and try to assassinate Mariabel. That is what I would do in her case. I would try, better said. Other than that, I mean, there are not that many negatives, apart from that she is a former enemy. We also now, or everyone now knows that Granville is still alive, which is good. And he's weird. He's just a weird character. Because he seems to control stuff, but he's not as strong as Mariabel with her greed. We will have to see. I also wonder if Mariabel is going to die at the end or not. Because the whole ending makes it seem like her time is running out. Essentially, she's dying. Also, is she summoning a lot of Otherworldler and having them under her control or not? It would make sense, but we do know that there is some negatives about summoning Otherworldler. But I believe that is only because if they are kids, right? Then we have the problem that they are unstable. We will see.